Okay, so first we'll see that what is meant by sequence, and then we go for series and test the series as different series there. Okay, so what is meant by sequence? So generally we'll say that arrangement in a particular order, right? Sequence come to series in a sequential order. Like that, here it is sequence. Generally, what we are saying, a sequence of real numbers is a set of numbers arranged in a well-defined order. It means that suppose by taking your class, so I said to come in a number wise. So that is nothing but first word 61, 462, 463, like that. Total 60 members, they are arranged in a particular order. It means all those things kept in a classroom. That is nothing but in a particular order. That is simply will say that sequence. Thus, for each positive integer, there is associated a number of the sequence. And in mathematical wise, we'll say that sequence is nothing but a function. So if it is a function, is nothing but obviously it is having a domain as well as codomain. So what we are taking domain and codomain here. So that only here we said the definition here. The function s from z plus to r, or z plus we can say that, or simply we can say that in place of this n. Okay, so natural numbers to real numbers is called a sequence of real numbers. Here the domain is nothing but natural numbers and codomain is nothing but real numbers. So here it is. Then the domain of each sequence is z plus. So z plus is a domain. A sequence is determined completely if Sn is equal to S of n. That is nothing but if you are taking any integer in positive in natural numbers and there it is having the image, that is nothing but we are taking as S of n is known for each n belongs to n, and we denote sequence is nothing but S1, S2 and so on, Sn and so on, or simply we can represent as S of 1, S of 2, S of 3 and so on, S of 1, or simply this one or this one. In different notations we represent the sequence. Here the image S of n or Sn of a positive integer is called nth term of the sequence. So this is simply we call as first term of the sequence is nothing but S1, and second term of the sequence, third term is nothing but S3, and fourth term is nothing but S4 and so on. Sn is nothing but nth term of the sequence Sn. That only here we said first term, second term, like that. So let us see my examples here. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7 is a sequence of numbers. In the same way, -1, -2, -3 is also a sequence of numbers. Sequence are also denoted by A and B N. So not only S, we can use in place of S as A, B, R, U, N also like this. Okay. Next, constant sequence. So constant in the name only itself, constantly. It means if you are taking the sequence in that is completely coming under constant. It is nothing but 1 1 1 1. That is constant one. There is no change in that. In the same, if you are taking 2 2 2 2. Okay, so if you are taking in your electrical circuits, if your current is passes through in a constant way, that is also coming under, simply will say that constant sequence constantly. So it means that simply in another words we can take we can say that. So in intermediate people got it as 90%. In BTech also we got 9 credits, and next MTech 9 credits constantly. There is no up and downs. Okay. Then if it is coming under constantly or nothing but, simply we can say that ideally that is nothing but constant sequence. So in mathematical wise we are saying as that is nothing but that constant we are taking as K. The sequence Sn denoted by Sn is equal to K, where K belongs to R is called a constant sequence. Here we said 2 2 2 2 or 1 1 1 or 3 3 3. Okay, so constantly there is nothing but constant sequence. Next one. Next, operations on sequences. So there is nothing but simply next one, operations on sequences. Operations . on sequences. Operations are nothing but simply we can say that addition, subtraction, multiplication, those things will simply be called as a operations. So here it is, that is nothing but if suppose if you are taking first one is nothing but if sequence Sn and sequence Tn are sequences, then their sum. So sum of sequences Sn plus Tn is equal to simply we can write sequence Sn plus sequence Tn. If suppose we are taking two sequences and sum of the two sequences is nothing but sum of the individual sequences. And in the same way, suppose if you are taking product sequence Sn Tn is equal, simply we'll take this one is nothing but product of Sn into product of Tn, product of Tn. And next here it is having, if you are taking another one, suppose here it is having, we are taking minus Snm. It means that simply how can we write that one? Here minus 1 into Sn. So this is simply we call it as this is nothing but negative of the sequence. So this is we call as negative of the sequence. And suppose if you are taking, if C belongs to R and Sn is a sequence, then sequence CSN is equal. Simply we can write product C, C is a constant, so for that C into Sn. And next 1 by Sn is called reciprocal of the sequence. Reciprocal of the sequence. And next sequence Sn by Tn is defined as quotient of the sequences. Quotient of the sequences. And the important thing is Pn should be not equal to 0. Pn should be not equal to 0 and belongs to Z plus. Okay. So it means that suppose sequence Sn I chosen as a sequence Sn is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. And sequence Tn is nothing but simply we can write it as here it is having 3, 4, 5 and so on. Then they asked to find sequence Sn plus Pn is equal. So that is nothing but what we'll get. As per this one, sequence Sn plus sequence Tnm, that is nothing but simply you can add that one. 1 plus 3 is nothing but 4 and 2 plus 4 is nothing but 6, 3 plus 5 is 8 and so on. This is nothing but sum of this one. And in the same way, if you are taking product, sequence Sn Tn is equal, nothing but if you multiply that, simply we'll get it as 3 and next 2 4s are 8 and 3 5s are 15 and so on. So this is nothing but product. Okay. So this is nothing but sum of sequences and product of the sequences and quotient of the sequences. Okay. So this is operations on sequences. And next one, boundedness of sequence. Boundedness of a sequence. So this is only for knowing that. So here bounded, so bounded is nothing but, so a sequence Sn is said to be bounded. A sequence Sn is said to be bounded. Sequence Sn is said to be bounded if it is bounded above as well as bounded below. Bounded above as well as bounded below. So when we say that a sequence is said to be bounded, if that should be satisfies bounded above as well as bounded below. If these two conditions satisfies, then we'll say that that is boundedness of a sequence, or simply we can say that it is having the range. Okay. So lower one as well as upper one. If it is having that, then we'll say that that is nothing but bounded. If any one of the not existed, then in that case simply we call as unbounded. Unbounded. So what is meant by bounded above and what is meant by bounded below? So that one we'll see here. So bounded above and bounded below. So bounded below is nothing but bounded below is nothing but in the name only itself below one. It means not lowest one. So a sequence Sn is said to be bounded below if there exists K belongs to R such that K1 less than or equal to Sn. So below and norm. So if suppose at least one K existed and that existed one should be less than or equal to the sequence, then we call this K1 is nothing but lower bounded of the sequence and down. Lower bounded of the sequence. Then suppose if it is existed only, if not existed, then we'll say that unbounded. Okay, lower unbounded below answer. Okay, so is it clear? Bounded below is nothing but in the sequence at least one of the element has to exist. Of course number of elements may be existed, but at least one of the element existed, and that existed element should satisfy this condition. Simply will say that that is bounded below. In that simply will say that greatest lower bond, greatest lower bond. So in the name itself, greatest lower bond. In this, what is meant by that? Greatest in the sense higher one, right? So after identifying that lower bond, that one should be lowest one. That one only greatest one in the lower bonds. Then we'll say that that is nothing but greatest lower bond and unknown. So that is nothing but simply if we are taking that. So here it is having 1 minus 1 and 1 minus 1 like that. This is the sequence. In that, what is the bounded below is nothing but this is the minus 1 is the least one, lower bound, and this is only the greatest one. So that is nothing but minus 1 is the greatest lower bound. So this is just for knowing that. Okay, we never use anywhere in the throughout. So just for knowing that what is meant by bounded is nothing but that should be bounded above as well as bounded below. Bounded below is nothing but in the sequence lower bound has to be existed at least one lower bound, then we'll say that that is bounded below. If not existed, unbounded below. And existed one also, if it is the greatest one, then we'll say that greatest lower bound. In the same way, opposite to this, bounded above. Bounded above. So bounded above is nothing but. So there exists K belongs to R such that at least one K has to be existed, and opposite to this is nothing but Sn is greater than or equal to K. Sn is greater than or equal to K. Then we'll say that that is nothing but bounded above, or simply we'll say that upper bound. Upper bond in that lowest upper bond is nothing but in that upper bonds, which one is the lowest one, then we call that is nothing but lowest upper bond and down. So this is another words will say that this is nothing but supremum and this is nothing but infimum. So in depth so much is there. So greatest lower bond, least upper bond, supremums, infimums. Okay, so much lengthy one, so but not required for you. So here it is just for knowing that bounded below and bounded above. Okay, so this is the one, there it is, and remaining we'll see that. So that only here we learned in second page, that is nothing but constant. After constant sequence we learned that one operations. So that only second page we learned bounded of a sequence, and here it is having bounded above definition, and upper bond existed, then least upper bond, that is nothing but in infimum also will say that. And bounded definition, this is nothing but already said, if it is bounded above as well as bounded below, then we'll say that that is nothing but bounded, if not unbounded. And next, monotonically increasing and monotonically decreasing. So monotonically increasing function is nothing, increasing sequence is nothing but if this condition satisfies, then we'll say that that is monotonically increasing. And monotonically decreasing is nothing but this condition satisfies. Sn plus 1 is less than or equal to n, and then we'll say that that is monotonically decreasing. And if it greater than or equal to this, monotonically increasing. And next, monotonic, if either monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing. It means when we say that a sequence is monotonic means if existed any one of that, either it is increasing or it may be decreasing. Any one of that existed, then we'll say that it is monotonic. And let us see few examples on that. Let sequence Sn be defined by Sn is equal to k. So here it is, whatever the element it is. So sequence Sn is equal to km. Is there any change in that? So first term 1 k, and second term k, and third term k, nth term also k. There is no change. Why? Because that is a constant sequence. So obviously range is also k, and that is also will say that bounded. So bounded is nothing but that only lower one and that only upper one. So that's why we'll say that that sequence is a bounded sequence. So that only here we wrote greatest lower bound of sequence Sn is equal least upper bound of sequence Sn is equal to k. There is no change in that. Okay, ade least, ade highest. Okay. Next, second example, if you are taking that, let Sn is equal be defined by 1 plus minus 1 whole power n for all n belongs to z plus. So here it is. What about if you are taking first term? It means n is equal to 1. If you are taking n equal to 1, what will get? So 1 minus 1, 0. If you are taking n is equal to 2, then we'll get it as 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And next, if you are taking, it means that for n values are odd, minus 1 whole power n is nothing but we'll get it as minus 1, right? And for even values, we'll get it as this is nothing but 1. Then the range is here. So what are the values we'll get here? Only two values. One is 0, another one is 2. This is the range. In that, is the sequence is bounded or not? Is this sequence bounded or not? Anyone? Bounded is nothing but that bounded above has to be existed and bounded below also has to be existed. Are they existed in that bounded below and bounded above? Existed or not? 0 and 2. Those are the two things. Bounded below and bounded above. Yes. Obviously, we can say that that is nothing but a bounded. Why? Because lower one as well as upper one both existed. So lower one is nothing but here it is bounded below 0 and bounded above is 2. So obviously sequence Sn is bounded. That only here we wrote least upper bound of the sequence is 2 and greatest lower bound of the sequence is 0. Okay. So here it is lower bound is nothing but in 0 and 2, which one is the lowest one? 0 is the lowest one, and that is only the greatest lower bound. Okay. And next, least upper bound. So here upper bound is only 2 and that is only the least upper bound. So that is nothing but simply you'll say that least upper bound is nothing but if so many numbers existed, first we have to choose upper bound and that one only should be the least one. Suppose here it is having 0, 2, 4. In that upper bound is nothing but 4. Okay. And the least one is also upper bound, that one. Okay. There is no much difference between bounded below and bounded above. So that is only here least upper bound, greatest lower bound. Both existed. That's why we'll say that bounded. And next, what about this? Anyone? Let Sn be defined by Sn is equal minus 1 whole power n into n. Is this bounded? First, we can expand that sequence by substituting different values in place of n. If you substitute n is equal to 1, what will get? Minus 1. N is equal to 1. Will become here it is. So this is the function. So what is the function here? It is having Sn is equal to minus 1 whole power n plus 1, right? So this is the function. By substituting different values in place of n, what we are getting? 0, 2, 0, 2. These things only repeating. It means the range is nothing but here it is. Only 0 and 2. So in that least upper bound. Okay. So least upper bound and greatest lower bound. So here it is. Which one is the highest one in that? In 0, 2. Which one is the highest one? 2 is the highest one. So there is nothing but upper bound. This is. And 0 is the lower bound. Right? 0 is the least one, lowest one, and 2 is the highest one. Highest in the sense upper one. So in that, here it is existed only 2. In that, greater least upper bound is this one only, and greatest lower bound is also this one only. Okay, so that's why I'll say that this is bounded. So both existed. Next, what about next one? Sn is equal -1 whole power n. Is this upper bounded or lower bounded or bounded? For saying bounded means surely that should be bounded above as well as bounded below. Both should be existed. If we substitute different values in place of n, what we are getting by substituting 1, then we are getting as -1. By substituting 2, we are getting as 2. And next by substituting 3, what we are getting? -3. By substituting 4, what we'll get? 4. And next by substituting 5, we'll get it as -5. Then is this bounded? Before saying bounded, that should be bounded below or bounded above. Is the element any element? Can you say that lowest one? Hmm? Responded. Is the lower bound and upper bound existed for this problem? -1. So -1 is the least one. What about -2, -3, and next we are getting -5, and next -7. Is this finite one? No, it will come infinitely. But for saying bounded in the sense, obviously that is having the lower bound as well as upper bound. It means least one as well as highest one has to be there. So -1 is bigger or -3 is a bigger one. Unbounded. Why? Why it is unbounded? Why it is unbounded? No lowest bound and no and greatest, right? Very good. So that is nothing but there is no lower bound and there is no upper bound. So why? Because it is continuously it is coming there. We can't write the range also. Can you write the range? Here it is, see that if we substitute in odd values, what we are getting? -1, -3, -5, -7, -9, -13, -99, -1000 plus, crore plus, and so on, minus infinity. Can you say, can you write as a finite set? No. And in the same way, coming to upper one. So here you are getting 2, and next you will get it as 4, and then 6, 8, 10. Is there any finite one? No. So there is no lower one and there is no upper one. There is not an infinite set. This is infinite one. Infinitely it is coming. So for saying boundedness, first that should be a range, should we know that. We should know that the range. Okay, then only we can say that whether it is fine, lower or upper. So here endless. So for that simply we'll say that there is no end point as well as above point. So for that simply we'll say that this problem is unbounded, neither bounded above nor bounded below. So that only here without sequence Sn is neither bounded above nor bounded below, and sequence Sn is unbounded. Okay. So for saying first boundedness, we need to know that the range of that sequence. The range of that sequence is finite, then only we can decide where it is having lowest one as well as highest one. Okay. So if you study BTech completely, then only you can say that whether it is which one is the highest percentage you got and which semester you got it and which semester you got least percentage. That one only we can say that. Suppose you are writing infinitely. It means suppose 8 years, 10 years you are writing that exams. Okay. Then can you say that exactly that least and highest? We can't say that. Maybe in what you failed in subject, you may get it as highest one. And in least also you may get it what you fail in subjects. So that is only here for saying before first boundedness, first that range should be know that, and that range should be finite one. Then only we can say that bounded below as well as bounded above. So this is the concepts of boundedness. And next, limit of a sequence. Next one. Already you people very well known, and you learned in your intermediate level limit, continuity, differentiable, all those things there. But here it is having limit of a sequence. So what is meant by limit of a sequence? So we are taking a sequence and L belongs to R, and L should be said to be a limit of that one. Then if for each epsilon belongs to 0, epsilon greater than 0, there exists m belongs to positive integer such that mod Sn minus L is less than epsilon. There is no change in the definition of the sequence limit wherever you go. That is in complex, or that may be real, or that may be sequence. Okay. So that is nothing but limit n tends to infinity Sn is equal to L. It means that whenever n is approaches to infinity, the sequence is approaches to a finite value, and that finite value is nothing but simply we are calling as L, and we are giving specific name for that one, that L is nothing but limit of the sequence. And here what you wrote here, mod Sn minus L less than epsilon, is nothing but simply we can say that L minus epsilon less than Sn less than L plus epsilon, where epsilon is a very small value. In other words, we can say that a neighborhood of sequence has to be okay. So whenever n is approaches to infinity and the sequence having a neighborhood, so neighbors in the sense generally what we'll say that beside of your families, right? So in the same way here it is, whenever n is approaches to infinity, that sequence having that sequence Sn having in the neighborhood of that one, then it approaches to a neighborhood of L. Okay, so that only here we are saying as limit of a sequence. And convergent also there is no much difference, same as it is convergent, divergent, all those things. Okay, so here the complete unity people will know the term, use the terms convergent, divergent. Okay, so here it is in the above definition, the positive integer m depends on the value of epsilon. A sequence may have a unique limit, or may have more than one limit, or may not have a limit. So that sequence may be having a one limit and two limits, or more than that. As a limit sequence, limit does not exist. The next, convergent sequence. See the terminology. This is a very important one: convergent, divergent, oscillatory. Okay, so these are the three terminology people will use in the entire unit. So there is no much difference between that limit of the sequence and convergent sequence. See here, if limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L, then we say that the sequence Sn converges to L, or sequence Sn is converging to a limit L. But only the difference there and here is nothing but limit of a sequence, we said limit may be exist or limit may not exist. Okay, or more than one limit also exists, right? But convergent, the limit of a sequence, if it exists, that should be a unique one. Okay, it means finite one, and that should be unique one. That is only the final one. Then only the difference between limit of a sequence and convergent of a sequence. So when we say that a sequence is said to be convergent, first you need to find limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L. The limit should be existed, and that existed limit should be finite one and unique one. Then we say that that sequence is convergent. Okay. Next, if the subsequence Sn2n minus 1 and Sn2n of the sequence converges to the same limit L. Suppose if you are saying, okay, sequence Sn is converges, obviously in that subsequences is also will say that Sn2 minus 1 and Sn2n. So it means that simply we can say that suppose we are saying as ECB is promoted to next second year without having credits. It means is it necessary to tell each and individual number? No need. So sequence Sn is nothing but ECB, and obviously 61, 62, 64, 98, all those things are nothing but subsequences. Okay, so subsets. Obviously, if you are saying sequence Sn is promoted to second year, in the sense obviously the throughout all the students of ECB promoted. That only here we are saying that here it is Sn2n minus 1 and Sn2n are the two sequences of the entire sequence Sn, not two sequences, subsequences of Sn sequence, and the sequence is approaches to a limit L. So approaches to a limit L in the sense here we can say that sequence Sn is ECB, and approaching a limit is nothing but promotion to second year, And in that, obviously, roll numbers, we can take any two roll numbers. Those things also promoted to second year. That only here we are saying. And next, every convergent sequence is bounded. It means that if you are saying a sequence is if you are saying a sequence is convergent, obviously there is bounded, but converse need not be. Converse in the sense, a bounded sequence need not be convergent. Okay, so if you are saying a sequence is convergent, obviously it is bounded, but a bounded sequence may not be convergent. That for that only they give example. See here, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 is a bounded sequence, right? Bounded below is nothing but minus 1, and bounded above is nothing but 1, but which is not convergent. Why? Because is there any finite value? No, right? So finite value, no. So it is continuously, it is coming 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. There is not a unique one. Okay, that's why this is not a convergent. And next, consider sequence Sn defined by Sn is equal to 1 by n. This sequence is convergent, right? So that is nothing but how do we can say that? Suppose I am taking as limit n tends to infinity, sequence Sn. Sn is nothing but here it is having 1 by n. If you substitute in place of n as infinity, obviously what will get? 1 by infinity, this is 0. So this is convergent. And obviously is this bounded or not? So bounded in the sense you can substitute different values in that. What will get? 1, 1 by 2, and next 1 by 3, and next 1 by 4 if you substitute the values, right? 1 by 5, and next 1 by 6, and so on. If you observe that, is this reducing or increasing? Reducing them. So reduces to up to what it will reach? It may reaches as 0, right? So obviously here it is having existed limits or not, bounded above as well as bounded below. This is nothing but we can say that bounded below, and this one we can say that bounded above. So this is bounded above and this is bounded below. So this is convergent, obviously that is bounded, but converse need not be true. So for that, this is the example. Okay, this is a bounded sequence, but this is not a convergent. Okay, constant sequence, obviously that is convergent as well as bounded. Okay, so constant sequence, no need to say particularly. Okay, no.